Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Scope. And now, here are your hosts, Jared, Adam, and Shane.
Hi-yo! We are back, Jared. We are back. Episode 288 of your Scope show. It's pretty crazy. Jared, can I get a tiny bit more level on my side? A little bit.
You got a little dial right there.
Through my mic.
What are you talking about? You're fine. The levels are exactly the same
Are
as
they?
always
Okay.
are. You want a little more, you turn your little knob.
I'm sort of adjusting. I'm adjusting. All right, we're back. It's 288. It's been a long time. Adam is not here. He is once again living his life. I'm hopeful.
On assignment. He's on assignment.
He's on assignment. You know, that's what happens when you have a kid and you live far away. And what are you going to do? It's life. But we're hoping that.
I was thinking maybe we could have Skyped him in, but I saw some updates on Facebook, and he's probably a little busy today.
Yeah, he's having a day. I've been in communication with him through secret back channels, Jared.
Yeah.
And
like a dead drop system worked out.
And I've pitched to him the possibility of our next cycle of shows that maybe he can get back on the wagon. I have not heard back from him. He's at radio silence, incognito.
Yeah. This is the life of a new father.
Right. It's tough. And it's been a long time for us too, Jared.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna sound like Iron Chef when it always starts. He goes, "If memory serves, the last time we did a show, we were set up to do 2 or 3 shows, but in the middle of our recording session, we got an emergency call from my house, and there was water flooding in through the drain. That's how long ago it was, Jared. And this had to be, when was it? Like January, probably.
So the last episode posted on January 21st this year.
So it was,
and it had been several weeks prior to that because it was our holiday break.
Right.
And we're coming back. We're trying to come back strong. We weren't going to take our long several-month break. And we got one episode out, and then we took our long several-month break.
Yeah. I mean, there was so much that's happened. We've had, you've heard us complain about winter. Well, we had that. I've had all sorts of issues, had a great vacation. Jared's had stuff going on, and I promise that we will get to all of that.
It's been really tough to schedule. Just
right.
Like anytime it seems like there's a window, something comes up. Weekends have been very packed. It's just been tough.
We are people that are doing things, Jared.
Yeah.
We are movers
that's
and
fact.
shakers. We are dreamers.
Okay.
We dream big and we live life big, and sometimes the scope has to just settle, Jared. Just settle.
It's a passion project.
Right.
And sometimes you got to wait for the passion to reignite.
Right.
You can try all the aphrodisiacs you want.
So I got to tell you,
really into birch bark right now.
Oh, I'm a huge birch bark guy.
Like it gets the blood racing.
Right. I mean, it's fantastic. The little wheatgrass.
Oh yeah. Some chia seeds in there,
and
some edamame.
Maybe lemongrass for a sentinel front.
Right. Just a dash of pine tar just to round it out.
Oh, the pine tar. Gosh, I love pine tar. Today, Jared, I had an epic Pokemon battle.
You did?
Mm-hmm. Now, everyone knows...
My Pokemon battles right now, or lately, involve me pressing the button to hatch the egg and it turning into a Togepi, because that's all that's happening.
Oh, you love Togepis.
Sure. What's your battle? Tell me about it.
Today, mine involved something called gym etiquette, or the lack thereof. This morning, I went out...
Something I deal with, just in a different way.
Had the day off today, so I was running some errands, and I stopped by and my local library area where there's 3 gyms you can take over, and I took them over, put somebody in there, or put a Pokemon in each of them. And for people that don't know,
put a baby in the corner.
You do that to get coins. The longer your Pokemon's in the gym, the more coins you get, up to 50 coins per day, and then you can use those coins to buy things.
Yes,
rather than
the 3-year anniversary is coming up. We're still playing the game.
Yeah, we are old losers. Too bad. That's the way it goes.
You can hear the shouts coming from the future.
Right. Probably mostly from my wife. My wife.
Never gets old.
So I put these guys in, and not 10 minutes later, after I drop them off, I run up to Target and Home Depot to do some stuff, and I notice that my guys are gone, knocked out. Maybe 1 coin per creature.
That coin isn't going to get you anything.
So you know what I did, Jared? I was
do?
angry.
Yeah. Went right back.
Right after my errands, I turned around, went and knocked them out
You're like, these chicken cutlets, they can wait.
Right.
They don't need to get in the fridge. I need to bust a cap on these kids.
This is important, is what I said. Yeah. This is important. So I did that, feeling very smug. The guy that I knocked out, I think was the. I don't even know if it was the original person I knocked out, but it doesn't matter.
Was he the mayor of that gym?
He's the mayor of Pokemon Town. So I knock him out, and then I go do some other stuff. Like I run an errand, do something in the house, and I notice again. Holy shit. 20 minutes later, that guy comes back and knocks me out.
Do you have time to breathe? I mean, you're running all over town.
By this time, I'm like, I will change everything that I need to do today to make sure that I get those damn 50 coins.
Priorities, man.
I mean, I only live like 4 blocks away from it. I can see it from my house. It's like Russia. I can see it right from my backyard.
Wow. It's great.
And so I go back up again for the 3rd time, Jared.
Oh, my God.
Knock him out. And at this point, I've probably only gotten like 25 to 30 coins.
It's the same people.
Same guy.
Back and forth.
Same guy.
Wow.
Or gal, I don't know.
This seems like the plot to a Rocky movie.
I know. It's the worst Rocky movie ever. No one sees it. And this time, Jared, it finally sticks. He learned his lesson. I'm the champion.
Yeah.
I am a champion. We know that's one of my
Survivor's playing.
That's one of my favorite.
You got a training montage.
This is the perfect opportunity for you to say, "What a champion."
I'm in the moment with you. I'm not looking for sounds. I'm over here.
But now you are looking.
Now I'm looking for sounds, and you've ruined my flow.
Oh.
Like I totally forgot what. Wow, what a champion!
There we go. Yes,
perfect.
That's what you should have said. So I knocked him out.
I need to add like a filter to these so they sound different. Otherwise, it just sounds like me going, "Wow, what a champion!"
Yeah, let's add a filter to it. Let's do it.
I don't know if I can do it in real time.
But you've got to. Maybe you can change that sound. We can change.
Wow, what a champion! Do a little remix.
I'm thinking like make it sound like you're talking through a speaker, a la Baba Booey.
Yeah. I'll see what I can do.
Right. We always say that and then we don't do anything, but it's crazy. So anyway, Jared, I got my 50 coins. I'm good for the night. Hopefully, maybe the 2 Pokemon that I have in there that are left will make it past midnight so I can get that additional 50 coins tomorrow. And that is my Pokemon story, everybody. You waited 3 months for that. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for not canceling your Patreon, although I haven't checked, so maybe you have.
Jared, do you have any quick things you want to say before we get into a very robust Nerd Roundtable?
I don't know. I mean, I think anything I might want to say might be in the Catch 'em Up episode where we sort of recap the last 3 months of our lives. You know, milestones and events and whatnot.
How about this?
Yeah.
Tell everybody what you're doing this weekend, because this is general enough information that it's sort of surprising that we would be doing stuff like this, but here we are.
What?
Home repair. Big home repair,
Home
Jared.
repair. This is the first Saturday in, well, I guess since spring has sprung,
right?
Where both my availability and the weather have lined up where I get to do some stuff. So it's fortuitous because I had a little mishap with the weather. As you know, we are known for our April storms. We got a big one, not this week, but last week. What did we get? Like almost 9 inches of snow here?
Right.
Like blizzard conditions. The wind was strong.
It was snow over 3 days. It just kept coming and coming and coming, mixed with rain.
It was a big pain in the ass.
Sleet that felt like little ice bullets driving into your skin when you were outside.
And here we are today, sunny 65. Tomorrow, probably 75 and sunny. I mean, it's all forgotten. Snow is gone.
Some might say a distant memory.
Anyway. So the fallout from that is we had some very strong winds, and I've already had
how strong, Jared?
Very strong, huge, tremendous waste of time. You need to investigate the investigators.
Game over.
Again, should this happen? Presidential harassment.
Game over.
That's just a little slice of our world right now. Strong winds we had Thursday, and I happened to be working from home, as we often do when the weather turns sour, and. I've always had a bit of a balky storm door on the side of my house. Like it's needed some repairs, I'll admit. It doesn't quite latch all the way all the time, and this is a recipe for disaster. So what I'm saying is I'm sitting down here where we're recording right now. I'm doing my work, as you do when you work from home.
When you work from home, is this the desk you work at?
So right here, I hook up to my big old 4K monitor, and I enjoy myself. I hear like a crash upstairs. I'm like, what the hell happened? And I go and I look upstairs. And my storm door is now like completely agape.
Akimbo.
And it's hanging at an angle.
Uh-oh.
The wind has gusted so strongly that it has grabbed my door and it has hyperextended it. It has exceeded the bounds of the little chain thing that was supposed to keep it in check. And it is now it's now damaged.
It's sad.
So So we're in a situation where like it's the frame is bent. It's like pulling away from the wood trim. This thing has been on its last legs anyway. When I went to finally take it down the other day, I just took the door off just to get it out of there because it wasn't doing any good anyway.
Right.
I took it to get the little piston return thing off. I went to unscrew it from the door itself, and like the head of the screw just fell off.
Oh no!
Like this thing needed to be replaced. Period.
So is the screw still in there? The body of the screw in there?
I have no idea. It's in the door, which is trash. So
okay.
I don't care. I just took everything out, and so tomorrow I'm going to replace it entirely. I've watched videos on YouTube. I think I can do it.
Man, if you can do that, anybody can do it.
And
right?
I'm going to correct one of the big wrongs that has always been an issue with my house, and that is this door was hung opposite. Everyone, all right, go look at your house right now. Pause this. Go look at your house if you have a house. If not, aspire to something. But if you have a house, go look at how your storm door hangs relative to your main exterior door. Okay, I'm trusting their back. I am assuming that the handle for both is on the same side, right?
Right.
It's either both on the right or both on the left.
Both on the front
My
door
front door
and back door.
They're both on the left. So why was this storm door hung opposite? Handle for the storm door on the left, interior door on the right.
So
why?
It's one of two reasons.
Explain.
One, you had an idiot hanging the door.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, there's something going on with that door frame that they had to do it that way.
Here's the
which
thing,
I
though.
hope you don't discover like a secret surprise.
There's
when you
not
pull
enough.
this down.
There's not enough the frame that you mount the door to. There's not enough coverage to like hide everything away.
Okay.
Like I look at like where the piston thing or whatever the friggin' thing it's called, the closer, was mounted to the frame.
The closer.
It was mounted, so if the handle's on the left, this is on the right, and it's been remounted a couple times. It's all chewed up there. That's a whole separate thing that needs to get dealt with. You look at the left, perfect wood. I mean, 55-year-old wood that's got white paint on it, but it's not chewed up. It's like it's great.
Yeah,
and opposite that, the little latch catch thing, which also needed to be dealt with on the left. Look on the right, perfect wood. So I think doing a reverse hang or correcting this great wrong. Is the right move.
So I'll give you one little tidbit of information. I don't know how this impacts you because you're replacing the entire door. But a year ago, I was replacing the handles on my screen door.
Yep.
And with the new handles, it's sort of the way the handle connects to the latch on the frame. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't line up, and so I had to go through all sort of problems to try to get the latch to line up where I was actually like looking for small pieces of wood to mount it to, or I think what I ended up doing was taking like small pieces of plastic that came with it along with cardboard, and I taped it and I drilled it into the door. So I'm hopeful that when you do this, you're not going to have any issues like I have.
I hope I won't. I mean, everything is a kit. The handle, the connect, everything is in the box, right? And I'm replacing a Larson door with a Larson door. That's the plan. So I'm hoping that everything will work out right.
Okay, good.
So I'm hoping it doesn't seem like there's any sort of like weird custom measurement or anything like that. So could be wrong. Yeah. But
if you pull it down, it doesn't really matter because you still have the main door in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
Exactly. So
I'm
home
excited.
repair. So I got that to do. I've got just some general yard work to do. It's going to be a whole day of applying some elbow grease to things and getting things done.
Well, keep us posted, Jared. You absolutely have to do that.
The people are at home with bated breath.
Oh, they're so excited.
They're going to wait. I'm going to give them a whole Twitter update on Tuesday.
Oh.
It's going to be exciting.
It's very
exciting. This episode will come out and I'll be like, you just wait. You're going to hear all about my storm door.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, it's the anticipation is driving me crazy.
I know.
Well, one thing we're all anticipating is another episode of The Scope, and we've got it chock full of information. It's a nerd roundtable. There is so much pop culture stuff to talk about. I don't even know how we're going to pack it into this episode, but we are going to give it our best.
So much Shane demanded we get on the horn and we record a show as soon as possible.
Jared was not super excited. I'm just saying, I'm going to throw you under the bus. You were not excited.
It wasn't
about
that
this.
I wasn't excited. It was that I didn't have time. And I tried. I made time. It was later in the week than you wanted, but I made time.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So everybody buckle up. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more of episode 288 of your favorite podcast on the planet, The Scope, right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time where we ask you for money, and you can give us money by going to patreon.com/thescopeshow. You can pledge as little as $1 per episode, set a monthly cap, cancel anytime. The best thing is, If we don't make an episode, you don't get charged. It's just that easy. So why are you not signing up? Patreon helps support creators directly, and your support means we can continue to make this show for you on a very infrequent basis. So visit patreon.com/The Scope Show for more information. Oh my goodness, I'm out of music. Here we go.
And we are back. Hi-yo! Say it with me, Jared. Hi-yo! It's the Nerd Roundtable Nerdy Edition. We're
Yeah.
doubling down on the nerdiness.
We did it in January. We're doing it again in April. Almost exactly. Wait, today's 19th? It's going to be just about exactly 3 months since this episode.
I can't
last
believe
episode.
it's been 3 months. That's
I know.
insane.
I know, we're practically different people.
I think in a lot of ways we are, Jared. We are different people. Normally with the Nerd Roundtable, it's just a filler episode. We love to talk, and we need an excuse to do it, so we just throw the name Nerd Roundtable on it, look up a couple stories, and talk about them. This time around, though, this is peak nerd. We are at peak nerd capacity. We've got so much to talk about, and let's give it a go with our first topic, shall we?
Sure.
This is an easy one, Jared. It's all about Disney Plus. Big announcement a few weeks back about Disney Plus.
A few weeks. It
Was
was
it?
like last week.
Last week and a half.
I think it was like that Wednesday or Thursday before Celebration.
Okay,
happened.
so literally 5 or 6 days ago, we learned that Disney Plus is scheduled for a November 19th launch, $6.99 a month. Let's just say an even 7.
I thought it was November 12th.
Maybe it's November 12th.
Whatever.
So,
November.
mid-November. You get a discount, Jared, if you sign up for an annual subscription. I think, is that
Yeah, it's
$70?
like $69.99. So it's like
$70?
getting 2 months free. Which is probably what I'll do, at least for the first year.
You'll get content from Walt Disney Pictures, Walt Disney Animation, Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm, 20th Century Fox, because, Jared,
Surprise.
that deal went through.
Yep. Not the R-rated stuff, probably.
Nope, that'll stay on Hulu. And then of National Geographic, another purchase that people always forget that Disney owns now. So there's a lot of animal programming that they can leverage. Content includes, so this is in the first year of launch, Jared.
Hit me with those specs.
750 episodes of current and off-air TV shows. This is, who knows if that's what's actually going to happen, but that's what they're saying. 25 original.
So this is all stuff that is just would at one point or is currently broadcasting on cable or over the air.
Yes.
Okay. This is not like exclusive streaming content.
Right.
Got it.
But then we get to 25 original series and 10 original movies and specials. I don't know how they're going
In
to
the first year?
Yeah. How they're going to get 25 original series,
Well,
I do not know.
They've got to be working on them.
400 library movie titles and 100 recent theatrical films, including all the Star Wars films and all episodes of The Simpsons. Not all Disney Vault films will be available out of the gate. So,
Well, no, you got to trickle them out.
you though?
I think so.
Well, so
Make it exciting. Make it an event.
So I think we'll get, you might get Cinderella, but you might not get Little Mermaid right away. Who knows? I think that they announced some of the films that would be a part of that.
Yeah.
Other original shows include.
We're not going to talk about those Star Wars films. Or are we going to talk about? Is that a separate topic? We're
No.
going to talk about them.
You mean what's going to be included on it?
Sure.
Well, okay. So let me finish the
All right,
summary, and
finish
then
your
we
list.
can dig into the details.
Yeah.
Original shows include all of these Marvel Cinematic Universe television shows, like Loki, the Falcon Winter Soldier show, WandaVision, the unannounced Hawkeye show, and the What If cartoon. And then there's some other original shows. There's some cooking shows, and then the one that sort of piqued my interest was the Kristen Bell produced Encore, which is about people that go back to high school to put on a play. That they were theater kids in high school.
Is it Ridley Scott's Alien that they're adapting for the stage?
Well, that would be very, very appealing, and it would be synergy because that is a 20th Century Fox.
That's true.
Product. So there we go. So we've got this Disney Plus. I've laid out all the details for you, Jared. Number one, are you going to get it? Is it worth it? Is this something where long-term Disney Plus is going to be sitting right next to Hulu, going to be sitting right next to Netflix for you in perpetuity? Or might it be something where you kind of switch in and out on it?
I will 100% get it. And at $6.99, I think the value is fair. The question will be, as we go forward in time and as they build out their catalog, does the price start to creep up? I 100% believe that it will. So then now it's going to be a value proposition at that time. Like, am I still getting the value?
Do you think by the end of the first year they might raise it to $9.99 a month?
I think they could easily go to $7. I don't know if they're going to do a full $3 price raise after the first year. Maybe they will. I don't know.
Knows?
I think it depends on how well it's received.
Sure.
But I think at $6.99, it's a no-brainer. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's going to be a ton of Marvel and Star Wars content. That's my primary driver there.
But let me ask you a question.
Sure.
I mean, we've only got 4 or 5 Marvel Cinematic Universe shows.
And we have no idea if they're any good.
We've got one Star Wars show, The Mandalorian, which I have not talked.
Price of admission alone. We'll talk about.
We can talk about that in the next segment. But you've got another Star Wars show with what's his face from Rogue One.
Yep.
Cassius.
Diego Luna.
Yes.
Yep. You've got the next season, or probably the last season of Clone
Wars. And so, I mean, that's not a ton of non-kid shows for you to watch. Think about how fast. I mean, you'll watch every one of those shows in 2 days if they release them all at once.
Yeah, that's the question. Have they said it's going to be like just drop it all like a Netflix, or is it going to dole it out week by week like a lot of Hulu shows?
I believe I read for The Mandalorian that it would be weekly. They would release it weekly. That
feels like it's like your mark. You got to draw that out. And if it's 12 episodes, you want to make sure people are paying for at least 3 months.
Yeah, my guess is that with all of these shows, especially the Lucasfilm and the Marvel shows, they will release them weekly. Yeah, they just have to. That's like the only way you're going to keep people there.
It's like what Hulu does with Handmaid's Tale.
Yes,
they could easily drop them all, but they do them one week at a time. Whereas with Runaway Season 2, they drop the whole thing at once. I've only watched the first episode of that.
So there we go. So I guess really the question is, can this hold on to you long term? Because the more and more I think about it, I don't think that it does. I think that
I mean, go ahead, make your case.
Yeah, I just as I've said before, the amount of content isn't there. I'm not going to be watching a ton of Disney movies.
No.
I've seen all the ones I want to see. Pixar, I've seen pretty much every Pixar film.
There's a few that I would fill in from this.
Maybe watch it. But I'm just saying that you not having kids and my kid being too old for the majority of this stuff, I don't know if the value is completely there for us. I'm excited about it.
Even at $6.99, like
after that first year, I don't know. Okay. I mean, if they can really build a robust original show lineup and stay with that, and keep churning that stuff out to keep us interested, then we might be talking. But I just don't know, based on what the information has come out so far, if they're going to be able to do that. But maybe with all of these Marvel shows and the Lucas shows, maybe they can spread them out where you can get a new show every week for 52 weeks. Maybe that's what their plan is. I mean,
well, they're not going to do them all at the same time, obviously.
Right.
Even if they're doing week by week, they're not going to give you... It's not going to be like the CW where Monday you get WandaVision, Tuesday you get whatever the other shows are, Loki. Who knows?
Yeah, I think that looking at this and sort of in our speculation, I think that's what they're going to do. They know those are the draws, and then they're going to dribble them out.
I
think maybe their goal is to maybe have a new episode of one of these shows every week for that first year if they could do it. But some of these other shows we don't even know if they started filming. So who knows?
We also don't know if they're any good. Because we had a lot of problems with the Netflix Marvel shows, and overall they weren't very good. Right. Like, I hate to say it, like I was very forgiving as they were running. Mm-hmm. And some parts of the seasons or even some entire seasons were very good, but taken as a whole, very middling quality. Middling to poor. Yeah. And that gives me pause. Now, I get it. Disney is going to be directly involved with these shows, so
Kevin Feige is going to be literally saying involved. This is the game changer. This is how TV and the Marvel Cinematic Universe really merge, and we're going to get this right. And they've earned that goodwill. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think that obviously they're going to be a little bit lighter in tone, akin to the movies. They're not going to be as dark as the Netflix stuff, but the Netflix stuff was almost dark to a fault. Like it was an intentional thing.
Yeah, this is how we differentiate.
I mean, definitely I think in the first year I'm a lock. After that, we'll see. I'm intrigued about, there's been rumors that there might be some sort of bundling going on. Now that Fox or Disney owns a controlling interest of Hulu, even more so now that, AT&T sold their stake. So now it's pretty much just Disney and Comcast owning the whole thing.
Right.
There's talk that there might be like a bundle where you could get, and since I don't get Hulu for free, I pay for it. Maybe, there's a discount for having Hulu plus Disney Plus, and they even talk about ESPN Plus, which I don't think I care about that. But
yeah, you'd probably never watch it.
No, but bundling these properties together for a discounted rate is intriguing to me. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think this Disney Plus is going to make quite a splash. I think that analysts are feeling that the initial subscription rate is going to be quite high.
Yes, it's a great attractive price.
Right.
It's definitely a great price to start. My concern is that they haven't officially announced that it's going to be on Apple TV.
Right.
They've said that there's a good chance it's going to be, but I'm sure there's some negotiations going on.
Have they announced it's going to be there's going to be a TiVo app for it right away? I don't think that they have.
No, I don't know.
So that's an issue for me. I mean, I have Apple TV and I have other ways of accessing it, but I might have to buy new hardware to get this to work.
Now that Apple's getting into the streaming game, they're not going to close out a competitor like that, but who knows how that's going to work out. Apple TV Plus is going to be, who knows? Yeah,
and that Apple TV Plus, I mean, that segues into, another thing that we haven't talked about. A few weeks before or a week before, how long did they announce Apple TV or Apple TV Plus before Disney Plus?
That's like a month ago.
But, they brought out a cavalcade of stars, Oprah and, Steven Spielberg and just a number of people. And they didn't really give any specifics, did they? They talked about shows, but they didn't give price. They didn't give a release date or a starting date for that stuff. I think Apple TV Plus is going to be a bit of a bomb if you want to know the truth.
And it's dropping in November too, so it's like
I have no interest in that. Like zero interest.
Yeah, there's been no programs that they announced that I have any interest in.
Right.
So,
and it doesn't as a one-stop shop for all of our cable type needs. It doesn't do it.
No.
They're not there yet.
No.
And we talked about how everything now when you go to streaming is like a big button, or find, watch this or watch that. But I like things like program guides. I like things like to-do lists where I can see what's going to record, that sort of stuff.
Sure.
I like.
You're more, if you're going to cut the cord, you're going to be more of a YouTube TV guy kind of guy.
I think that's the case.
Yeah, even though that just went up to $50, which is like
$50 per month.
Yeah.
Wow.
They added some like more channels, and now it's $50.
So it's like getting cable.
It's getting there.
It's essentially getting cable,
yeah.
And this is what we have.
This is what we're headed to.
This is what we have talked about for years.
Yeah. And we're going to be
cutting the cord is not going to mean in the long run that you're going to save any money. More than likely, you will spend the same or more based on everything that we know. So why leave cable? That's my grand argument.
It's kind of there was that sweet zone for a little while where you could save money, but now it's just coming back.
These people are businessmen and business ladies.
They know
business women.
They can read the tea leaves.
They know that they are going to make money somehow, and they're going to get us, and they're going to ride us till we're dry, baby.
Content's not going to be free, guys.
Never will be. You can try, but you'll not get it.
So Disney Plus, we're definitely in probably for a year. We'll see what after that.
Yep. Apple TV Plus.
Full review when it launches.
Don't see it. Okay, Jared. So the big news this week was not Disney Plus. For us, it was Star Wars Celebration.
Yep.
It was a big one this year because we were expecting a trailer and a lot of information and reveal for Star Wars Episode 9.
I was disappointed today when I didn't get another Star Wars trailer.
You wanted another one?
Yeah. I mean, last Friday they set the expectation that Fridays midday around you're going to get a trailer. And today I was let down. There was not another new trailer.
Right.
What is going on?
So I've got a really clever marketing idea.
Okay.
And I will tell you about that in a second. But let's get into Episode 9. It was announced.
Yes.
The name of it was called
The Rise of
Skywalker. It tickled a lot of nostalgic funny bones, right?
Mm-hmm.
The trailer included a destroyed Death Star. It included...
maniacal laughter from Emperor Palpatine.
Yes. So people are wondering what's going on. People are asking, is J.J. Abrams ignoring parts of Ryan's story? Is he leaning too much on nostalgia? And the big issue this week that I was struggling with, was there a plan? Did J.J. Abrams have a plan for Star Wars? Did
Sure.
Kathleen Kennedy have a plan for Star Wars? But it sort of shifted and changed after Rian Johnson came in and sort of did his thing. And people have asked J.J. specifically that question. They've asked Kathleen Kennedy. And you know what, Jared?
Cagey?
They have been cagey. There has never been a specific statement like, we had a plan and Ryan changed it.
Or we gave him. I mean, I've often said that they gave him a lot of leeway to do whatever, which also doesn't feel right. Like we've had conversations over Slack about this. Like, how do you not have a grand plan for this trilogy of movies? That just seems insane to me.
So here's a quote from JJ, and this is his Hollywood speak right here.
Okay.
JJ says, there have been a lot of ideas since the beginning, since George first came up with this, of where things could go. We had a meeting with George even before we wrote the script about this. So a lot of what we have taken is really taken to heart. Everything that's come before. While it's been obviously significantly challenging, it's been a greater opportunity than a challenge. I cannot wait for you to see what the movie is. Like, what did he even say there?
Nothing.
Right.
That's a lot of nothing.
But we did learn that he consulted with George Lucas before he started writing this. And keep in mind that Episode 9 was fraught with issues because they fired the director who wrote.
Right.
What was his name, Jared?
Colin Trevorrow.
They fired him.
Like
They fired him.
Yeah.
But going back to what you said, I believe that I've read in certain press and online that JJ had a basic outline for episodes 8 and 9. He knew where he wanted it to go. He suggested where it should go, but Ryan had other ideas and changed that. And I think most directly it was probably Rey's lineage. I believe that JJ had ideas that were a little bit more I wouldn't say interesting, but a little bit more specific about her parentage.
Okay, sure.
And that changed. So now the question is, does JJ bring that back? Does he retcon it?
I mean, there's nothing in The Last Jedi that Kylo Ren says about her parentage that it couldn't just be an outright lie.
Right.
You could easily cast it that way.
And is that a reaction to all the negativity for The Last Jedi, or is that just where they want to go? Does it look like it's too much pandering to baby fans, or is it a meaningful move?
No matter what their actual intentions are, it's going to look like
bad.
It's going to look like they probably did a course correction based on the flack to The Last Jedi,
right?
Which is unfortunate, but I don't know. I guess you just go through it. You do what you think is right for the franchise in the long run, and we live with it.
Right. The one thing that I think we have to address is that this new trilogy has always been promised to be the conclusion of the Skywalker story.
Yeah.
So if Rey is not connected to anyone, the only person that really leaves is Kylo Ren.
Which he's definitely connected.
And he is absolutely connected, but
yeah.
He's not specifically a Skywalker in the grand sense, in the same way. And he's, I don't know if they've done enough to show any sort of redemption with him. You know what I mean? It's I think that,
like there was a moment and then he completely went back.
Yeah,
so,
I just don't think you could have Rey be a nobody.
Well, then
and
you've got
him be a somebody. I don't understand it.
Then you got Mark Hamill saying out there that Lucas definitely didn't die a virgin. So it's like, okay, what does that mean?
Did he say that?
Yeah. Yeah, he's quoting that, saying that. So I mean, does that mean he's out? Does Luke fuck? Of course, Luke fucks.
Well, yeah, I mean,
he's out there making children, probably. Right. So who knows?
I want to be surprised. I want it to be good. For me personally, I did not mind The Last Jedi. I liked large chunks of it. I had issues with some parts. We've talked about that in detail. But if I had my druthers, I would rather Rey be connected to the bigger story somehow, and then they just sort of wrap it up.
I think it's intriguing that when you say that she's no one, she's not connected to anyone, that definitely opens the door for a lot of possibilities and a lot of other characters to be, powerful with the Force. But at the same time, it also feels like for whatever good or bad, Star Wars, the main story has always been about how connected these characters are. And for that to not be the case does feel a little bit hollow.
And you can still make the case that you can have other people be strong in the Force, but still have the story be anchored by the Skywalker.
I still maintain Poe Dameron has got some Force power.
That's one speculation. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that any. I don't feel that any of them.
I feel like he's too good as a pilot to not have some ability. Not saying he's good or trained or even aware of it, but I think it's there. We'll see.
Well, and we like the trailer, correct?
Yeah, it was good.
Yes.
Didn't tell us much of anything.
No.
Just gave us a lot of tantalizing moments.
Some echoes of trailers past. You've got they use some of the same language as we saw in the Episode 1 trailer. They use similar shots to Episode 7's Force Awakens starting. I mean, JJ can compose stuff, and he can build that mystery box.
It works pretty well when you set it to other popular music songs too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of options out there.
So I am.
Maybe you're a Led Zeppelin fan.
I am optimistic and I'm excited, but you and I are always excited for Star Wars movies.
Absolutely.
So let's bring it on and see what happens.
Yeah, opening night, we'll be there.
Well, guess what? Before Episode 9 hits, we'll be dealing with the new TV show, The Mandalorian, which was also given a lot of press, a lot of visibility at Star Wars Celebration in Chicago.
Big launch.
But
big panel on Saturday.
They didn't show any footage for the average person. You had to
How hard was it to see that?
Right, but I'm just saying there was nothing officially released. It was all bootleggy stuff.
Literally within 3 hours of it, my YouTube recommended feed was giving me about 6 different options of how to watch it.
And honestly,
those, by the way, those are still out there. They haven't even bothered to pull them down.
Honestly, I think they knew that was completely
planned.
It
was intentional viral marketing.
Right.
That's what that is.
And
they didn't say don't record it, and they didn't seem to stop anyone from actually recording it and putting it out there.
So the question is this the time when Star Wars for TV is done right? I mean, let's talk about the broad strokes of this. The show takes place.
You're talking live action first time?
Live action.
I mean, other than the holiday special, we haven't had it.
I know, but there's been a lot of fits and starts. I mean, George Lucas was working on a TV show about bounty hunters, where apparently he had dozens of scripts already written. Yep. And they were just waiting for a network that was going to pony up the dough to pay for this.
They had 3 seasons ready to go.
Yeah, it's insane. Who knows how good they were, but they were ready to go.
They just had to be bought by Disney to create their own network to support the show.
Right. So
who knows if any of this is Lucas's stuff at all? Probably isn't.
I would say there's probably some echoes of stuff in there, but they're starting over. So this show takes place 5 years after Jedi in uncharted areas of the Star Wars universe.
The Outer Rim.
The show itself is run by Jon Favreau. Its directors include Clone Wars Dave Filoni, Bryce Dallas Howard.
I think you downplayed Dave Filoni a little bit there.
No,
Dave Filoni is like the story guru of Lucasfilm,
and he has been working with Jon Favreau very, very closely. So
Jon Favreau was the voice of Pre Vizsla on the Clone Wars.
Right. So these guys are buddies. Filoni is sort of positioning himself as the next George Lucas, honestly.
He pretty much is. He's like the head of the story group, and he was in charge of Clone Wars, Rebels, now Resistance. He's involved with the show we're talking about, Mandalorian. Yeah. He's involved in a lot of anything that's like story related. He's kind of, you go to him.
If this show is received well, which I suspect it will, he will direct a main Star Wars Star Wars movie out of this.
Probably.
So other directors, we've got the guy from Thor Ragnarok. How do you pronounce his name? Taika Waititi, who we love, and also rumored that Thor 4, he's working on that. So we like that.
That would be fantastic. If you're going to do a Thor 4, you do it with Taika.
Right. Nobody else does that. Pedro Pascal stars. We've got Carl Weathers. We've got who else in this, Jared?
Carla Gugino.
Right. Crazy German guy.
Yeah.
Why are we blanking?
Werner
Herzog. I mean, this thing is front loaded with wackiness.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much tells the story of a bounty hunter, Boba Fett-like character who has a lot of similarities and a lot of looks to Boba Fett from the holiday special.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
the fork gun, the fork rifle, whatever.
I feel like Favreau and Filoni are going to weave, and they've even said they're going to weave a lot of the Star Wars mythology, the stuff that was considered legend or old books and TV and cartoons that are no longer canon.
The old extended universe stuff that's now the legend stuff. They can pick and choose what they want to bring into the fold and adjust it as needed.
The scenes that we've seen look movie-like.
Yeah.
It looks expensive. It does not look cheap. I think they have to put the money into this show. That this show cannot fail, given sort of the restlessness of some aspects of the fandom.
I mean, it's launching with Disney Plus.
Yeah.
This is the show
This is the cornerstone
to get
Jared.
you to sign up.
It's the cornerstone.
Yeah.
And
That and Captain Marvel will be there day one.
And everything that we've seen from this presentation at Star Wars Celebration, we are in like Flynn on this, correct?
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't manage to see the bootleg footage, there wasn't a lot in the panel that was... they couldn't talk about anything.
Mm-hmm.
They did talk about some of the effects work, which is interesting that they actually, for someone who knows how effects were done way back in the day, it was kind of fun to watch because they talk about it like Favreau's like, I want to do a model because then I can have a model on my desk. And then suddenly it's like all these old ILMers are coming out of the woodwork. Oh, yeah, here you're building a model. I want to do. And next thing you know, they cut to a montage sequence.
Did Jeff Goldblum just sneak in here right
Yeah, he did. You got John Knoll, creator of Photoshop, building a motion control rig in his garage. And like it's just amazing. Like so, there are actual like old school motion control photography stuff with the spaceship, whatever the heck it's called, the Razor Crest or something.
Will we get together and watch this show together, Jared?
Sure, why not?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I'm excited about this.
It's right in the heart of football season, so it's
It'll work out perfectly.
Yeah.
And guess what, Jared? Since the rumor is that there will be a break for Star Wars movies, The Mandalorian. And this Rogue One show and the Clone Wars may be all we're going to get for a while.
Yeah. They're going to pause after Episode 9.
I wonder
Rise of Skywalker.
how much of a pause?
I don't
think
know.
3
probably
years?
A couple years. Yeah, 2 or 3 years, I would say. I mean, the only thing we know for sure that are still in the works is the movies from
The Game of Thrones dudes.
D.B. Weiss and those guys. Game
You're
of
so
Thrones.
good at names.
I
Thank
forget
God
the
you're
other
here.
guy's name. They're working on one. Ryan Johnson is still supposedly working on his stuff. Although I've heard a rumor that maybe he's also working with them. So I don't know if these projects are coalescing together now or what the deal is. But
Yes, and the
things are in development. We just don't have any solid word on what's coming next.
And the other big breaking Star Wars rumor from the mouth of Kathleen Kennedy is that they are working on something to do with Knights of the Old Republic.
Cool.
Which to me, I could take it or leave it, but there is a lot of people that get very, very excited about it.
I think it would be cool because if they can do a really fun like historical look of this galaxy, that would be cool.
Yeah, anytime we're going back,
You don't want Darth Nihilus?
Anytime we're going back in time on this stuff, I don't get that excited. Look, I'm choking on my own Star Wars angst.
I
Sip of water here.
I didn't. I own the games. I didn't get far into them. But I think I read some of the comics. I think it would be kind of cool just to kind of see like, proto Jedi and stuff like just like the origins of the stuff. I think it'd be really cool.
Not enough action in those games for me. A little too RPG.
Well, but that shows you don't have to worry about that.
But speaking of video games, Jared, let's quickly talk about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order video game.
Sure.
This is the long-awaited EA game. EA going through some major issues lately.
Yeah.
Possible. The rumor was that they're going to lose all the Star Wars licensing to LucasArts again. Disney's going to bring all this stuff in-house.
Yeah.
But they are high.
For now, they've got a game to release.
They're high on this Fallen Order video game, which essentially takes place post Episode 3. You've got rogue Jedi running for their lives while they're being hunted down by Imperial forces. We're introduced to a new character called Cal Kestis, or Kestis.
Yep.
The former Padawan is trying to evade the Empire's attention, but things don't quite work out.
He is voiced and mocapped by Cameron Monaghan, who was on the show Shameless and
Gotham.
So that's what you know him from.
Yeah, it's leading to desperate clashes with Jedi killing purge troopers, as well as the Imperial's Inquisition's second sister. So tying into things we saw in Rebels.
Yeah. We didn't even talk about Clone Wars.
Yeah. To be determined, but we like Clone Wars, and I'm assuming that it will be good as well.
I'm excited for that, and that's definitely the fan. This one's for the fans,
right.
I think. I'm happy that we're going to get more Ahsoka Tano. I'm happy that Ray Park is in he did motion capture for a big Darth Maul scene, so that's amazing.
Fighting Ahsoka, from what I understand.
Yeah. I'm on board.
Yeah, let's do it. Bring it on. Yeah, we've got a lot of good Star Wars stuff, and we cannot wait, Jared. But we're going to have to a few months But guess what?
What's up?
We still have
Shane just change the page on this iPad.
We still have
what's coming up.
We still have something exciting to talk about, and that is Avengers Endgame. It comes out this week, actually.
Oh my goodness!
We've got tickets.
Yeah. Somehow we got like a 36-hour window between Thursday night and Saturday morning when we see it, where we somehow have to avoid all spoilers.
We will do it.
We're gonna run the gauntlet, head down, ears plugged.
We'll do it. We'll have to do it.
We'll do it,
and we are excited. If we want to know more about it, though, we can, Jared, because this past week, movie footage leaked.
Oh.
And it's out there, so if you want to have some spoiler action, you can.
No thank you.
Right. And it's interesting fan backlash on this because people aren't doing a terribly bang-up job of trying to spoil things. And as a matter of fact, the Russo brothers tweeted out this past week, because so many of you invested your time, your hearts, and your souls into these stories, we're once again asking for your help. When you see Endgame in the coming weeks, please don't spoil it for others, the same way you wouldn't want it spoiled for you. So they are actively campaigning to try to keep this under wraps. That's the right way to go, right, Jared?
There's some bad actors out there who just want to burn it all down.
Would 25-year-old Jared be tempted to watch any of that footage?
No.
What about 23-year-old Jared?
No, I've never been a spoiler guy.
What if you brought 23-year-old Jared into modern times right now?
Right.
Would he be excited to spoil it?
He probably wouldn't leave the house for 2 weeks because of the freely available pornography that's out there.
I thought you were going to say because he's watching all the Marvel movies, but
well, that too.
23-year-old Jared goes right to
might
pornography.
Might be a solid butt then. He'll burn out on the pornography and right onto the Marvel movies.
Yeah, I think 23-year-old Jared would love these
bandwidth
Marvel
caps
movies.
Destroyed. That's all I'm saying.
Gone. Yeah, you're way over your. Yeah, we introduce 23-year-old Jared to Batman and Robin, and then we bring him into the future, and then we just let him watch all the Marvel movies and say, "Son, this is what you've got coming."
23. What a ripe young gentleman, had no idea
he was
the
stupid.
trials and tribulations that were to come.
And that was 22-year-old Shane.
Yeah.
So he was a mess, but these movies would have straightened him right out. Yeah, I can't wait for it. I mean, we can't really say much about it other than it's coming. We're excited. And
how do you think a 23-year-old Jared would have voted in the 2016 election?
I have no doubt who he would have voted for. Hillary Clinton.
No. 23-year-old Jared? I feel like he probably would have been... Who was the libertarian guy? Probably would have gone that
I
way.
hope he wouldn't have done that.
I think that Look, I'm not trying to make excuses for 23-year-old me. 23-year-old me did not know what he was talking about, didn't know shit about the world.
22-year-old Shane would have been mad at you.
Probably.
We would have been fighting about this.
Yeah,
I think if 23, this is a weird tangent. If 23-year-old Jared would have lived through the Trump campaign part of that, I think that he would have been smart enough to do the right thing.
Maybe.
At the end of the day.
I don't know.
So I have on my notes the Mueller report. Do we even want to cover this? And my answer is no. I don't think we really want to cover it because it's depressing.
I mean, what are we going to talk? What are we going to add to the conversation?
We can't add anything to it. The country's in turmoil. Things are burning. Get ready for 2020.
Yeah,
that's it.
Right now, it's a will they won't they on the Democrats. Are they going to? Sounds like.
How about that? Let me ask you that question, and then we'll wrap up the Nerd Roundtable.
Yeah.
Should they go to start the impeachment process?
Yes.
Tell me why.
Because it's a fucking constitutional duty, and if you don't do it just because you think it's not politically savvy to do it, and you don't think the timeline's going to work out for the election, what does that say? What precedent does that set? It says that you can get away with anything as long as you do it the right way.
Right.
It sucks. It's a terrible situation to be in, but I don't. What are you going to do? How much worse can it be if the Dems manage to go through impeachment? They successful vote, because chances are they have the numbers. It's going to happen. But it fails in the Senate. How much worse could it be than it is now?
Yeah, I guess the question is that's a battle the GOP would love to take on because it gives them political leverage.
Right.
That's the issue.
I mean, we're just going to
that's why the Dems are scared to do it.
We're just going to get another round of total exoneration, presidential harassment tweets. Whatever. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the right move is.
Yeah.
There's arguments to be made on both sides, but
I feel
you got to at least start.
I
think you got to start the investigation.
This is my take. I feel like they're doing the right thing right now, which is continue to try to get that.
Henny Stoyer isn't, but
get that.
Steny Hoyer, that's his name.
Get the information out there, Jared.
Yeah.
Try to get the redacted report. Try to get Mueller in front of the House committee, and then see what's said. And then you
take the steps to do the investigation, get the facts out there.
Right.
And if you don't end up going forward with the impeachment, at least the facts are out there for people to make an educated decision on.
And then hopefully you've got enough savvy Democratic candidates that can take it to Trump leading up to the election. You need someone that can do that, who can both weave a story of things need to be better, they need to change, this is how we can do it, but then you've got to constantly be able to take on Trump and paint him as an asshole liar and not be scared to do it. You need someone that can walk the razor's edge, and that's what I want to see.
The nice thing is now you've got documented evidence of how much of a liar he is. Mm-hmm. It's not just he said anymore.
Yeah.
It's there. Right there in black and white. Yeah. Some more black than others.
And by the way, Jared and Shane, that's me. We're going to vote for Trump this year. Can't you tell?
Yeah. Yeah. So word's leaking out today that Biden's joining the race officially next week or this week.
What a surprise!
On this episode. I mean,
and let one final question, Jared, politically based. Do the Democrats put in a person that can beat Trump, or do they put in someone that may lose but is going to push new and different ideas?
I mean, I think...
Or is that or can you do that with the same person?
If you poll likely Democratic voters right now, they are looking for someone who can beat Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And
Bernie or Biden, essentially, are at the top of the charts.
Yeah. They're done. Pete Buttigieg is up there.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of hay being made today about how Elizabeth Warren should be up there. And I agree. I mean, when it comes to like talking about policy and talking about solutions to big problems, she's leading the pack.
Right.
And it's sort of a crime that she isn't in the conversation with the leaders. And I think she could go toe-to-toe with Trump.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Jared. And, I have been spouting this. I say this to you daily, practically. You wait for the debates. The debates will shake all of this out. After that first debate, it will clearly be Biden, Bernie.
Sure.
O'Rourke.
Maybe.
Buttigieg.
He might fade.
Warren and Harris. Those will be your six guys.
Yeah, that's your call.
That's who will be in the running. The rest of them will fall away. And then from those six, then we see what happens.
You don't think Klobuchar is going to get a little bounce from her Fox News town hall?
No, I don't think so. I think Amy is. We love her here. I think she is a solid candidate, but she just doesn't. She lacks a little bit of edge.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't think that she quite has it. I mean, she
I
has
think it's
moments.
it feels like it's a wrong time.
Right.
Like I feel like in a normal year she could have a shot at it, but this is not a normal year. This is everything. Yeah. This is a whole ball game essentially.
If you have a candidate who is only going to, if their angle is we've got to rise above everything and we just have to present a new and better future. If that's your only angle, I just don't think that's what a lot of the Democratic base wants. I just don't think that they do. I think you want someone that can point out Trump's flaws and go toe to toe with him.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
But also have a good health care plan.
Exactly.
Because that's the number one issue is health care.
And I just don't think Amy wants to go there. And I think that's great that she doesn't. But we need someone to go there and paint a stark difference between where we are now and where we should be. That's what I think. And I don't give my opinions often on this show, Jared. I leave that to the experts.
Right.
But that is my opinion, and I'm standing by it.
Okay. You say so.
Thank you very much. I do say so. It literally is my opinion. Well, fantastic Nerd Roundtable. Just imagine how good it would have been if Adam were here. But he's not.
Yeah. Maybe next time we can talk about our Sculper Bowl plans.
Yes, I mean, that's another thing that's coming. We've got so much.
NFL draft next weekend?
There is so much stuff to talk about, Jared, but we've got to move on. It's too much show.
We're already 54 minutes in.
Do me a favor. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with Coming Soon.
We now return to the scope, just for the hell of it.
Under the scope.
Jared, I'm going to give you an instant sound effect challenge right now.
Goodness.
Coming into the studio, I was listening to a local radio station, and they do something every night called the gig list, where they read off all of the gigs for the week. coming up, like live shows.
Okay.
But what they do is that they play like a bed of music underneath, like a techno beat, that sort of thing, sort of quiet and moody. And then he'll read something, and then he'll stop reading, and then they'll turn the music up a little bit, and then when he starts reading again, they'll turn it down a little bit.
It's called ducking.
Ducking. Okay. So I want you, while I'm looking at my list, I want you to find me something where we can add a little pizzazz to this coming soon list. So coming soon is music, movies. We've got home releases, which I was looking at that. We ought to start including streaming programs. But
honestly.
The problem is that it's a little bit harder to pin those dates down. And we also do video games. So I think that in our year of change for the scope, because we've got such big plans and we've been working on them tirelessly behind the scenes, that maybe we should add streaming in and maybe even drop home release or only have special stuff in there.
I think streaming is, I mean, we did a whole topic on Disney Plus. Obviously, it's a thing.
When was the last time you bought a proper DVD or Blu-ray?
It's been 2 years at least. I've gone all in on iTunes. So.
And I have, I picked up a few Marvel DVDs just to get the digital code, but it's all streaming for me too. So let's be real about it. How's our search for music going over there?
YouTube changed everything around on me.
That's okay. He's looking. He's getting stuff. I don't need like famous music. Just something.
No, I'm looking for something here.
I love it, Jared. I love it when I issue these challenges to Jared. I'm gonna have a sip of water here.
What kind of mood do you want?
Kind of like cool techno, laid back. You know.
What do we got?
Nothing aggressive. I want mood music, like techno mood music. Slow beat. You know.
Let's go with calm. Let's see what comes up.
Okay. Start it up. And then now we're gonna literally engineer a show together. All right.
I don't know if I like this.
I don't know. Let's dig into it a little bit. A lot of hand claps. It's exciting. Okay.
No.
Now we need a little more ambient type of stuff.
Oh, you want a little ambient?
Yeah, like some synths in there, right? Synthesizers right in there.
What do we got?
He's
here?
digging around.
Something called Time Illusionist.
Oh, now that sound. Oh, I like this. This is it right here.
We got 2 minutes.
Okay, so coming soon for music, April 26th, Jared, we've got Foxygen, Guided by Voices' new album with Warp and Wolf. Your favorite, Pink, Hurts to Be Human.
My favorite.
Your favorite. Rob Thomas, Chip Tooth Smile. You love him from Matchbox 20. The Cranberries' final album called In the End.
Are they retiring?
Their lead singer died.
Oh, that's right.
So yes, they are.
Forgot about that.
And finally, we've got an album by the Mountain Goats called In League with the Dragons.
I like a Mountain Goats.
And then turn it up. All right. Movies for April 26th. We've got one release called The Intruder and another one that we'll be talking about in a second. Home releases for April 23rd. Alien in 4K, Jared.
Wow.
All the Captain America movies in 4K.
Wow. But not 4K Blu-ray.
Shameless Season 9.
Okay.
And Escape Room.
45 seconds.
And finally, for video games, the week of April 21st, we've got Mortal Kombat 11, Jared. 11. There's been 11 of those things. We worked together.
I missed like the last 8.
We worked together when we sold it at Toys R Us, #1, and the PS4 exclusive, Days Gone. And there you go. That's coming soon. But guess what, Jared? There's a little extra thing that we do every week with Coming Soon, and it's something we like to call Hit It or Miss It.
What?
I hear a mouse clicking.
Oh, I was trying to get some sound effects real quick, and I just want to see what came up. Nothing good.
What?
There's sound effects in here.
What was that?
I'm just, I'm playing around with sound.
All right, I love it.
Here we go.
Hit it or miss it. Hit of the week. Hit it or miss it. Miss of the week. Look out!
There we go. Hit it or miss it. This week it is a dual pick. What was that? I'm crunching up paper? It's a dual pick for Jared and me. It is the biggest no-brainer of all no-brainers. And unless it's a Star Wars movie, it's going to be a Marvel movie. This time around, it's Avengers Endgame. What is that? What's the worst sound effect I've ever heard?
It's called bacon, peel, and flop.
That one is even theater of the mind is not taking advantage of that. By the way, there we go. That's sound bed for coming soon. We're doing that every week. I love it.
Crap! Okay.
I love it. You make a note and
Shoot, what was it?
even though Adam reads them, that's how we're going to do it.
That same
Absolutely.
one? You want a different one each time? Dance on Electronica, Calm.
Just start playing another one right now. Let me see if this one's going to work for what we need.
31st Dream.
Oh, I like that.
No, I don't
No,
like
it's too drummy, not enough synth.
Final Fantasy.
Okay. Too sleepy.
Yeah,
Next.
that's way too calm. Time Illusionist, I believe, is the one we had, right? Yeah. We
Oh,
like
yes.
that.
That's a keeper,
I'm
man.
just going to hit the download button on that.
Download it.
And down. There we go. All right.
Fantastic. All right, everybody. And that wraps up coming soon.
Oh, I'm back over here now.
You're back.
Hold on. Woo!
He's engineering.
Under the scope.
Here we are. We're back with Jared.
Yeah.
Hi-oh! It's a Friday night, Jared. We are pumped.
Folks, pumped with energy.
We didn't even talk about that new Fast and the Furious spin-off trailer.
Oh, yeah. Hobbs and something.
What the most ridiculous-looking movie I've ever seen in my life.
Could be a lot of fun, though. Could be a lot of, it's Idris Elba as
Hi-yo!
Black Superman. No! Hobbs and what?
Hobbs, Calvin, and Hobbs, I
It's
think, right?
what is it? It's The Rock and
Hobbs and Snobs.
and Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Is that who it is?
Yep.
Hobbs and Snobs.
Hobbs and Snobs, I think.
Nice.
Jared,
Yeah.
don't run out of music on this one.
No, we've got like 14 minutes. I can vamp for forever on
You're
this one.
You're a vamp.
I'm not going to though, folks, because it's been already a long show. We're just over the hour mark.
We
That's not
knew
too
that
bad.
whenever it's just the two of us
Yeah.
and we're just coming back from a break, it's always a long
Lots
show.
to talk about. We had to not talk about stuff. That's how much content we had.
It's way too
Next
much
time.
content.
Next time. This is the part of the show where we have comments, and since we've been gone for so long, we don't really have any. Wait, what's this? What is this? Something in the voicemail box here. What is this?
Let's listen to it.
Oh, where has my little scope gone? Oh, where may it be? This is Luke Ski. I missed the scope. Where have you been? It has been too long. I need to know if you saw the movie Bumblebee.
We
I think it's already available digitally or on Blu-ray. Did you watch it on digital or Blu-ray and pause through every single frame of those scenes on Cybertron to correctly identify all of the Transformers that actually look the way that they're supposed to look? Have you done that yet? I don't know. Watch Mighty Magiswords on Hulu.
Always with the Magiswords plug.
I think we've got a new character. It's distraught, vaguely British Luke Ski. The distraught, vaguely British Luke Ski can call in at any time.
Yeah.
Or
we can call in at a moment's notice when somebody has an idea.
There is a slight bit of Charles Nelson Riley coming through on that.
A little bit.
Like there's famous characters woven in and out of that, and I love it. I love it.
That's good. It's a good time.
Yeah.
I want to thank Luke for reaching out and professing his dismay at our absence for such a long time.
And we did see Bumblebee, and I think did we disagree on it, or did we agree?
No, I don't think we didn't like it very much.
We didn't.
No.
Because we are heartless old people,
Apparently
I guess.
so. Apparently we have no chill.
Newsflash, it wasn't that great.
Don't
Jared.
you dare start the firestorm.
I've started it.
Don't you dare.
I have started it, and I have finished it. Jared, back to you.
That, as Luke says, you should watch Mighty Magiswords on Hulu. Yeah. I don't know if all episodes, but a lot of episodes are available. This is a show that Luke and friends, Luke didn't create it, but a friend of Luke and acquaintance of mine, TV's Kyle, created this show on Cartoon Network. It has since been canceled, which is sad, but you can catch the episodes, and they're very, very funny, featuring lots of voice work.
Luke, you can hear Luke on it, right?
He
talks in
He's got character voices in there. He's got songs that he has that he wrote that were part of the show. So definitely, if you're a fan of Luke and you want to support him, watch that. Tick those numbers up.
Luke always plugging.
Yeah. Also, I think you can go to patreon.com/thegreatlukeski. Or is it just Luke Ski? Let me look it up real quick.
Put me a little techno music and we'll talk over it.
No! Let me check it out. I just want to give him a plug here. Oh, 18 plus content. Way to go, Luke. Patreon.com/LukeSki. If you want to support Luke and his creative endeavors, you can support him just like you support the Scope. Right over there. Do it. Thanks for calling in, Luke. Appreciate it. I know it was a last-minute request.
Maybe one of your best calls, Luke. Seriously.
Good job. Good job. Applause all around. In fact, official applause.
You should have given Bacon Pull and Turn instead.
It needs to be on its own. I think it needs a visual component. Anyway, that's what I got, Shane. If you want to be like Luke, you can call in to the voicemail line. That is 612-21-SCOPE. That is 612-217-2673. Right now, it's mostly people calling in telling me how my auto warranty is about to expire and how they can get me hooked up with a fresh policy.
I think maybe we should record one of those and play those. I mean, that's what we need to be doing right there.
Yeah. So we'd like to get actual listeners in the voicemail box. That'd be great. You can email us at comments@thescopeshow.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. Those links are on the website, thescopeshow.com as well. Yeah, that's it. Patreon.com/thescopeshow if you want to support the show directly. Pledge as little as $1 a month. Cancel anytime. And you only get charged when we put out episodes. So it doesn't happen very often.
Right.
Yeah, it's a pretty low bar of entry there. We got some
simple.
We got some moderate perks over there. If you're interested in pledging at a little higher level, encourage it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. That's all I got, Shane.
Fantastic job, Jared. Well, thank you for making sure that we could do this show on a Friday night. I can't wait. I can't wait for our fans to listen to it.
I can't wait to measure a door. It's going to be exciting.
You've got a busy weekend. We've got Easter weekend coming up. So let's wrap this sucker up. So for Jared, Adam, who is not here, and Shane, thanks for listening to your Complete Culture Cast. We'll be back soon with more Scope. Bye for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves once again at the end. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. I know I have. Fear not, Scope faithful. Days shall pass as if they were but a moment, and Jared, Adam, and Shane will return with another thrilling episode. Until then, send your comments to comments@thescopeshow.com or leave a voicemail message by dialing
612-21-SCOPE. That's 612-217-2673.
Thanks for listening, faithful fans. This is Tony Partington saying, Buenos Aires. Tune in next time to another terrific edition of The Scope.